Well, hello, this is Susie Bowers from HypnoProfessional Publishing with a quick training on how to use GetResponse to send an e-blast. So hopefully this will be of help to you in navigating your dashboard inside GetResponse. So first you got to log in. So we're going to go right here and log in to this account. And here we are in the dashboard. So in order to create an e-blast, you want to start with Create Newsletter. So over here on the left are the quick actions that are just easy to use. So I would use that. All right, so there's two ways to do a newsletter. You don't want to really get involved in the HTML source editor. That is for programmers, and I am not a programmer, so that's what I love about GetResponse. So it's just a drag and drop email editor. So we're going to click on that. Okay, and here we have this different email list because we have different lists for different things. In your business, you might have one that's just for people that opt into your email list, or you might have classes that you're doing, so you have a specific email list for different people. But we're going to use this one because this is the main master list in this email account. So we want to pick a message name. So let's say we're doing July 2018 Facebook Live message number 4 or something like that, or let's say number 6. And then we go down here. So this is the subject line. So in the subject line, you can personalize the email. So if you have collected first names, you can actually add a first name here. So you see when you click on that into the personalize area, you get first name. You can also add symbols. GetResponse gives you these little symbols, and sometimes it's kind of nice because it can attract people to the email in their list, right? People are bombarded with emails, so you want to make sure that they want to open your email or see your email. So sometimes putting a little star or heart or something, or an arrow, I wouldn't put it there, put it in front of the first name, can kind of jazz it up. Oh, I don't know why it's going there. Okay, I guess we have to move it over. Anyway, okay, well that gives you an idea. Whoops, I'm going to go back because I didn't mean to click on that so fast. So we have first name, and then we want to say what is the topic of your e-blast. So maybe it's join me for Facebook Live on Tuesday. And maybe you want to put a little heart or something there. Now here it has your from section. And now the way that email has changed, the anti-spam laws and all of that, email addresses that have Gmail or Yahoo or anything like that that are not officially tied to your website they're just not very deliverable is the word. So that you don't want to use a Gmail account or a Yahoo account anymore. If you have a website, you need to get yourself an email that has your website.com or whatever name attached to it, because otherwise you're probably going to go in the spam box, and GetResponse doesn't even allow it anymore, and most companies don't. That's something that changed this year in 2018. So okay, now here, so this part's all ready to go. We might want to save it, and I suggest that you do. So hit save. Now this part's saved. But before you take the next step, I want to show you something else. Distribution settings. So here, if you have added Twitter or Facebook to, or Google Analytics or any of these testing things, this is a little more advanced. I don't really get into that. Some of the really high-end marketers do. They test out different copywriting to see what gets the most opens. But you could add your Twitter account, and right here we do have Facebook added to this account. And you'll see my name here because oftentimes I post for HypnoPro clients. But here's a lot of the different clients that I work with that have Facebook. And so we want to find this particular account. Well, apparently this one is not attached for some reason. I thought it was. But anyway, this is where you could find your web page, or I mean your Facebook page, which would be your fan page. And or your personal page, you can actually attach it here. So when you send your newsletter out, your e-blast, it will also post on your Facebook page. However, here's a warning. One thing that I don't like, and one of the reasons I don't do this very often, is because, remember, when we were filling out the first part of this, in your subject line, we put a personalization. So we have a programming HTML thing here, first name. So if you were to click on this and add it to your Facebook account to go out, it obviously can't put someone's first name when you have a big email list. So it will say friend is what they put in there. Friend. And it looks kind of cheesy to me, so I don't prefer to do it this way. There's a better way that will actually drive more traffic from your Facebook page to your website, and that is by posting your newsletter on your blog instead. So taking the article and making it into a blog post and posting that on your Facebook page to get people to travel over to your website, and hopefully will attract more people that aren't on your list already to hop into your list. Okay, so we're ready to go now. So this is all saved. We're not going to do any of this right now. So I'm going to go to the next step. Okay, now here's a gallery of different templates that you can take and use and tweak that GetResponse provides to you, which is really nice depending on what your focus is. There's tons of them. Tons of them. So if you're just trying to build your list, there's templates for that. If you're trying to do a sales page, kind of e-blast, there's templates for that. But we also have my templates. These are ones that you can create for yourself. And so inside this account, inside Randy's account, there's tons of templates that are already been done because we've been doing newsletters for a couple of years now. So here's the most recent, Randy Light Live on Facebook, which are just simple e-blasts stating when her events are and reminders and things like that. But this is more like her official newsletter right here. So depending on what you want to do, you can choose whichever template. So I'm just going to pick this one. This has something to do with the Randy Light experience as well. So here we go. So it already has her header, and the header is linked up with her website. Oh, I guess it's not. So we're going to add that right now. We could be in there because we do this a lot. So we're going to do that. So if somebody wants to go look at her website, so they just click on there. Okay, so here's a newsletter that was already sent out. So this can all be changed. So the way I like to do it is, instead of getting rid of this, because there might be some things in here you want to copy and paste or use, I leave that there, and then I go over here. This is where all the different blocks are that you can use, including there's e-commerce. So you could add PayPal. There's social sharing blocks, which is already in her newsletter. I've already put it in here, and some other things which may not be irrelevant to you. Let's go up here. Let's go back where we were. Basic blocks. Okay, so we have text block if you just want to add words. You have an image block if you just want to add a picture. You have image and text block with the picture on the left, which I like a lot because it catches people's eye and then they look to read your copy. So that's the one that I like to use. But you can mix it up however you want to. Okay, so here we go. Now we have a basic block, and you can start copying and pasting from a Word doc if you want, right here into this copy, whatever it is that your message is all about. So what's really fun about GetResponse, and one of the reasons that I like this company over some others, is that not only can you upload your own images, but they also provide a huge library of free photographs. So you can come in here and pick and choose whatever photo matches up the topic of your email, and it's kind of fun. I like that. So you can go in here and maybe you're doing a quit smoking thing. You put in stop, don't do that or whatever. Wow, that stop sign has a lot of bullet holes. How funny. So anyway, you just copy and paste here. So go here like that, and you can add in whatever copy you want. So here was an article I was working on about anxiety. Okay, so you can do that. So in this body here, let's go down to the one that was already here. These already have some links in them. So we're talking about the Facebook Live event for Randy. Here is the Randy Light experience, and people to get the email, they can just click on that and it will go straight to her Facebook event link. And it tells the time and everything else. And then this was a template I didn't actually use because you can see here this is just a blank. So she could put in whoever she's interviewing this week on Facebook Live. And then here's her bio. So we add her bio in, telling about who she is, where she's at, and what she's doing, what she's all about. And that's kind of nice. So I think that for the overall, though, your email should be pretty simple. People don't have a lot of time to read a lengthy, long email these days. And sometimes just doing plain text is great, too. So you can get rid of your header and everything and just do plain text. They already know who you are, and you just want to give them a quick snippet or an invite. You can do that, too, without all the pictures and bells and whistles. Okay, so next step. Let's say you're ready to go. You've changed the formatting how you want it. You've made it pop how you want it. You've changed your font sizes, which everything is here just like in a Word doc. It's pretty self-explanatory. You can center things. You can bold things. You can italicize. You can add numbers and bullet points. You can link it. And you can personalize it. So right here, this little person, personalize it again. So if I want to go up here and put the first name in once again, I can do that. Right there. And I can change the font just to highlight everything like this. Let's say I don't like this font myself, so let's say you want to go from Times. I like to use Tahoma because it's clear, a little easier to read. You can go in and click on where you want to make spaces and paragraphs and that sort of thing. You can highlight this and make it bold so it pops out more, kind of separates the different paragraphs, whatever you want to do. And you put your signature, of course, here. All right, so you can add, I showed you the social sharing. You just can go over here and whichever one you want to share, or all of them, you just move it like this over here. But this one already have that in there. Okay, so then you're ready to go to the next step. So I would save it as a draft. If you want to reuse this template for next time, makes it easy peasy to go in and resend something, you can save it as a template as well. Like that. Now, it's very important that you send yourself a test email. And that is going to be, I got to move some things around here. That is going to be here, up here in the right corner. Now, if you want to see what it looks like mobile, you can see it right here on the side. That's another thing I love about GetResponse, is you can see the mobile view while you are creating your email view, your regular, desktop view. It's all right there. So if you need to tweak it, you can. So then up here, though, you want to send yourself a test message because you want to see what it looks like in your emails. So you can send yourself an email. I always send myself one, too, to make sure it looks good. So obviously this email is not exactly perfect because we're just doing this test. And I'm going to go here and take a look at this email, and there it is. Boom. And there it is, so I can see it. See, and there it is. Everything I just added and the old energy is still there as well. But anyways, you can see that's what it looks like in my Gmail account, at my email account. So it looks pretty good. And this is where you go in and you check your copy, make sure you don't have any typos. Read it really carefully and make sure it looks good for you. All right. So the email is sent. So then the next step, you're going to go here. You like it, you're happy, you can go here and go to the next step. So you choose which list you want to send it to. So right now, with this particular account, we have, this is the main list. Looks like we've lost a few people. That happens. People opt out for whatever reason. That's why it's so important that you're always doing activities to grow your list. So then you want to take the next step. And this is what's really cool about GetResponse. So in here, you can see the message subject line is the template you're using, This tells you your spam score, and for whatever reason, this spam score is pretty high. It shouldn't be because there's really nothing that spammy in it. The links they're hidden, and so, but anyway, it's still very deliverable. And then here we've got what's called perfect timing. I love this little app here. So if you turn on perfect timing, and then you click schedule, they schedule it at whatever time you want. So delivery date and time. This is set up for Indiana. And so let's say we want to send it out tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock in the morning, but it's under perfect timing. So when you feel like that's all done, you just hit done. So it will drop into the email box of the person you're sending it to when it's most likely for them to open their email. That's like so Big Brother. It's really awesome. So you have a better chance of them seeing it and then reading it. And then you click schedule. And once you schedule it, it's in the queue. It's ready to go. It's going to go. You don't have to do one more thing. But let's say you don't want to do that. Let's say you want to send it right away. You go back here and you just hit send. And it gives you 60 seconds before it goes out. So you have a chance if you think, oh my gosh, I forgot something, you can cancel it and go back and re-edit it. But you just hit send and off it goes. So that's pretty much it. It's not difficult. It's just step by step. Take your time. Make sure you send yourself a test and review it so it looks right to you. You can even check different email accounts. They give you, GetResponse gives you a place where you can go in and look at every kind of email account there might be, Outlook, whatever, to see what your email is going to look like. But I have found that for the most part with GetResponse, everything's pretty much the same. It looks pretty good. So, all right, I hope that's been helpful to you. I'm not going to hit send, obviously, because this email is not ready to go. But I wanted to just give you a quick overview. If you have any questions, of course, you can always call me at 209-649-2504. This is Susie Bowers from HypnoProfessional Publishing. Thank you, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.